Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Discussions ongoing to solve issues at the Bowens Cemetery in Clarendon. Where's the water? Portland residents make desperate appeal for the commodity. And later in sports, Camperdown High is our under-19 girls basketball champion. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shane Masters and here are the details. Members of the Political Directorate and other stakeholders met with residents of New Bowens in Clarendon to continue discussions about the management of the cemetery in the community. The residents were put in charge of deciding who is buried there. More in this report from Halshane Burke.
Based on the policy outlined, they have agreed that only members of the New Bowens community should be buried within the cemetery. So it will be treated as a community cemetery.
But it has not been easy enforcing that policy. In fact, some of the recent burials that have taken place threatened to divide residents, as some members of the community were charging outsiders to bury their loved ones. A committee was established weeks ago to put an end to that practice. At least 5 members of the 11-member committee have to sign an authorization letter to give the go-ahead for burials in the community. That document is then taken to the municipal corporation to make payments. Only then is a burial allowed to take place. A member of the committee reminded residents of the importance of supporting the group.
We are defending ourselves against giving the cemetery to parish council. So they give us a mandate as to how to operate the cemetery, and if we refuse and fail to operate the cemetery in the order in which the mandate had been issued, it means that they will look at us and say that we are not capable of managing it, and they will take it from us. So we are defending that, and let us protect our heritage. It belongs to us.
The authorities say they will also do their part and continue with beautification and upgrade work on the cemetery.
We marl the area, place the topsoil, we'll be planting the grass on top of that, right? Then we'll be placing back the headstones in the locations where the graves are. We'll be also beautifying the area where we'll be planting flowers. We'll be also doing repairs to this chapel and the bathroom. It is up to the community members to maintain whatever repairs are done.
And speaking about infrastructural upgrades, the Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon, Pernell Charles Jr., who attended the meeting, promised a response to the poor road conditions in sections of the New Bowens community.
The roads that are in here are municipal corporation roads to be fixed, and the allocations to that are limited. So I have committed to the mayor and to the caretakers here that out of whatever funds I get, I'm going to put some funds towards it, even though it is parish council roads. So we're going to take it step by step and look on them to see exactly what the best route is in terms of fixing them little by little.
Halshane Burke, TVJ News.
A frustrated call this afternoon from residents of a Portland community for water. They are close to desperation as they say they have been without the commodity for months. Aisha Nation reports.
A water crisis, and residents of Rose Gardens in Portland are frustrated.
We need to set up a better water system that the people in Long Bay, Rose Garden and all over can get water. We need to do better. We need to chuck some water in the reservoir and send it down that everybody can get water.
An issue they say is ongoing for years, but the last few months have been the worst. And even though they get no water, the bills still come.
From Boston to Ferry Hill, from Ferry Hill to Zion Hill, you have to walk all over with buckle, looking water to bathe, and to do what I have to do, wash up my plate and so. And it is very hard. I pay my water bill. Every month. The bill come to my phone, even now. 2 months now, we don't have no water, and the bill just come to my phone. Thursday gone, me get a bill on my phone for how much in money, and me have to pay it because if we don't pay it, they're going to cut we off clean.
For this resident,
I do it every day, like 7 days a week. Might I go way up the runs are by 2 miles and so.
we spoke with acting corporate public relations manager at the National Water Commission, NWC, Delano Williams, about the issue.
The fact of the matter is we have been having a drought for, well, pretty much most of our drought implementation measures have been since February. The Long Bay system, which serves or originally serves Rose Garden, is among 9 systems in Portland that are severely impacted by the drought at varying percentages. This one in particular is down by 90%. The very elevated areas such as Rose Garden cannot be served via the pipe system at this time.
He added that the roads are a problem, but
one of the things we are exploring is to establish a water, basically like a wayside station. We are now in dialogue with the community to see where we can position the truck on fixed days, scheduled days, and to accommodate persons coming to access some water as best as they can.
Mr. Williams says the NWC should be able to improve water supply over the next few weeks as rainfall is expected to pick up. He says residents should also have access to water within the next 24 hours. Aisha Nation, TVJ News.
The mother of a special needs child in Duckensfield, St. Thomas, is calling on the government to help her son, who, despite visiting public health facilities, continue to suffer in pain. Karen Simpson reports.
Ingrid's special needs son has been suffering for the past 2 years.
When he's feeling pain, honestly, sometimes he might cry, me I cry.
His pain has led her now to pleading to the government and the Ministry of Health for her 21-year-old son, Almond Francis. She says he was given a referral to do an oral surgery at the Kingston Public Hospital in March 2021. Fast forward to April 2023, that surgery never happened.
What I understand, they don't have any AC for the theater to run and they need other equipments. From 2021, we're talking about. Took it upon myself to take him to a private institution to remove his wisdom teeth and cleaning, filling because he have cavities. It's almost $1 million.
That's money she says she doesn't have. The frustrated mother says she then approached the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities.
I took the invoice with me to let them be aware of the cost of the private institution. The lady said, wow, the government can only help with $250,000. And I said, no problem. If that's the help I would receive, gladly appreciate it.
But still, she has a concern.
The lady told me to get that assistant that I need, because it's $900,000 to get that assistant. It would take 6 to 8 months. Now we are talking about a special need child that need urgent assistant to remove wisdom teeth that is impacting his jawbone and causing him to have pain. Prime Minister, I really want to know, is it that when the children as special need leave the Bustamante Children's Hospital at the age of 12 and they're supposed to be seen at the KPH Hospital, is it this the way we are moving forward?
She says there are several other parents with similar cries, and so she wants something done urgently. Karen Simpson for TVJ News.
A family is seeking the public's help this afternoon after their son was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Althea Nelson from Wentworth St. Mary told TVJ News that her 10-year-old son, Oreen Nelson, was diagnosed with the condition in 2021. Oreen did surgery in October 2022, but when they thought everything was well, they were proven wrong.
He was doing pretty okay until we went to do a CT scan. January of 2023, and they found out that the tumor was back, and it was bigger than the one that they took out a piece of. All of it could not come out because it is growing on his blood vessel, so there's a challenge of getting everything out.
Oreen needs to do further treatment, which includes radiation. But to continue treatment, the parents say they need at least $4 million.
So as we're going through this right now, I am pleading with the public for your assistance in any way possible. Whatever you donate will be greatly appreciated, because Orion is a wonderful son. He's my first son, actually. I have 3 boys, and I just wish that you would just help saving his life.
The family can be reached at 876-773-5262. That's 876-773-5262. And it's time for a break here on the Midday News, but please stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. Former principal of the Keith Primary and Infant School in St. Ann, Martin Borland, is calling on the government to offer better pay packages to the nation's teachers. He bemoans that what teachers are receiving presently is woefully inadequate.
The salary here is low. They have to do a thing to satisfy it. Well, the how much years that I did in it, I have to just accept what I got. But right now, they have several opportunities. Canada want them, US want them, and what they get there is 3 times the salary. So, ministry has to get their act together.
Recently, as one of 2 newly built blocks at the institution was partly named in honor of his wife, Esther Borland. The Esther Borland block will house the administrative offices as well as special classrooms and a banquet hall. The other block, the Hill Robinson, was named after 2 community members. The blocks were built by Jamaicans from the diaspora in the rural community in northwestern St. Ann. The Golden Eye Foundation was officially launched in St. Mary. The program, which started during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, is geared towards assisting small farmers to boost food security. As Sandra Williams reports, it has been bearing fruitful results.
Many people lost their source of income during the COVID-19 pandemic, making life difficult, particularly in rural communities. It was this impact on people's livelihoods in St. Mary that sparked the Golden Eye Foundation. The initiative, through its supporting local Growing Together agriculture program, assists hotel workers whose employment had been affected by the resulting halt in the tourism sector. The project is a 9-month program that supports livelihood development, entrepreneurship, and food security.
We provide agribusiness training to participants for all 9 months in how to develop your own farm business project, how to scale it, and we provide all of the agricultural and hardware resources that are needed to start the agricultural business by the participants. They only come with the land, and then rather provides technical support with their farm businesses to ensure that they are achieving their fullest potential and able to earn income.
10 people are enrolled in the program each year. The program now has its 3rd cohort who will benefit from training in areas such as entrepreneurship, small business development, livestock farming, crop farming, financial management, social media marketing, organic farming, packaging, value-added products, and pitching to clients. Pointing to the first set of beneficiaries, Foundation Manager Travis Graham says the program has been bearing fruitful results.
I've seen persons walk to the program and after, start selling to Golden Eye, they are now driving and delivering their goods to Golden Eye. And also we have so many other business and partners who have come on board and are on the value chain component. They are now purchasing from our farmers. So we have persons who are doing broiler chickens, layers, sorrel, onions, plantains, potted plants, so many other areas of agriculture. And for us, this is very important because we are supporting food security.
Aaron Gray is one of them. He started out with 100 chickens and has since expanded his business.
I got flood out in last year, March, and lose my chickens. But the RADA came in and they assist me with some help. The Golden Eye Foundation came in and they assist me with some help. So now I am back on my feet and I are raising like 500 chickens now.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
And it's now time for the Business Minute.
Cabinet has approved a partnership for the construction of an integrated business centre in Portmore. At this week's post-cabinet press briefing, Minister with responsibility for information Robert Morgan said a joint venture agreement between the Factories Corporation of Jamaica and Henan Fifth Construction Group Jamaica has been given the green light.
To construct a new mixed-use industrial commercial development on lands comprising 32 acres. There was also the approval of a joint venture agreement between the Factories Corporation of Jamaica and the same company for a implementation of the construction of the Bournebrook Urban Centre in Port Antonio. And this will be a mixed-use commercial development on lands comprising 668 acres and 140,000 square feet of building during a 2-year construction period.
To international business, after 5 weeks of decline, mortgage rates rose this week to the highest level in a month. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.39%. A year ago, the 30-year fixed rate was 5.11%. Home prices have somewhat stabilized, but Freddie Mac's chief economist Sam Cater says tight supply and rates above 6% continue to make affordability an issue for many potential home buyers. He says unless rates drop into the mid-5% range, demand will only modestly recover. The Mortgage Bankers Association expects mortgage rates to fall to around 5.5% by the end of the year. But more housing supply is needed to improve affordability and meet demand. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Hal Shane Burke.
And we take a quick break. When we come back, Jeremy and Brown will have your midday sports report.